Look out, streamers. There are more and more stories out there that maybe Disney and Disneyland want you off their land. Some of the mega influencers out there, they're getting support. Laughing Place has this one. YouTuber Ryan Trahan kicks off new series with 4 parks and one-day attempt at Walt Disney World. WDW nerds and purists give the guy a bit of slack on this one. It's by Tony Betty. Folks, I don't have to play the video. We don't have to read much of the article. I just want you to know that it looks like to me, having investigated this, that this guy probably had some assistance from Disney in some ways to make his content, and that's fine, right? A-okay with us. One thing I can tell you for sure, this guy, Mark Rober, definitely did. Huge YouTube channel. Definitely had help. How so? Well, watch as he, for a big video, not only takes in expensive equipment and sneaks it in past security, supposedly, but also then takes it on a space mountain to run science experiments.
43 million people ride Space Mountain every year, but unlike a famous ride like Colossus, Space Mountain is in near total darkness, meaning no one knows what the ride actually looks like.
Yeah, we do. The lights have been on. Come on, man.
Which is what I'm concerned needed to be fixed with a special undercover operation. True story, I have been wanting to make this video for over 20 years, way before I had a YouTube channel, because I would come to Disneyland.
All right, so what's this all about? He allegedly sneaks through security at Disneyland. Mark Rober, with millions and millions of subscribers, sneaks in very expensive equipment at Disneyland. Watch this.
Every good undercover operation worth its salt needs a 3-step plan. For me, step 1 would just be getting into Disneyland with my tech.
All right, we're not going to play more. Here's the deal. It's portrayed as if he actually does sneak by security with the equipment. There's no chance of this. This is 1000% like faked out. It's scripted. Disney is behind this, I believe. Okay. So here's what I'm getting at. We've got these 2 huge YouTubers who are getting special privileges and scripted stories that aren't real. They're reality TV, right? Probably, definitely, 99%. Yeah, let's go with that. Meanwhile, Spencer Bollettieri says Disney World's popular ban on streamers may be enforced sooner than expected. This is from AOL on the Travel. Says Disney streamers and theme park vloggers could soon be facing new bans and content restrictions. As reports suggest, they may be forced to shut off the camera sooner rather than later. We've been covering this. There's some new stuff right here. I'm going to play for you right now.
Parks T exclusive. I hear that Disney is about to ban all influencer live streaming, particularly influencer live streaming that's monetized from all of its properties in the United States.
All right, hold there. Good enough. Boys and girls, let's talk about this because it's very interesting to me that at the same time, Disney and Disneyland and maybe Disney World are looking to eliminate streaming, and we've covered how they're doing that, and they've already made some policy changes at Disneyland that make it much more difficult to stream. Definitely, you cannot stream anymore on rides. They're giving a real good time to the mega influencers. Culture, I want to go to you first on this. When we look at these kind of reality TV situations where Mark Rober pretends to sneak very expensive equipment through Disneyland security, and then at the same time, see, there's Mark Rober sneaking by. Oh, he's sneaking, right? It's all pretend. At the same time, Disney is sticking it to the little guys, the little influencers, the people who moved around their theme parks. Disney appears to be sticking it to them. Culture, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think that this is very short-sighted. I think we talked about that before. Influencers make up a giant chunk of the reason why people feel the need to go to the parks because of FOMO, the fear of missing out, especially when new things show up. They try to experience them secondhand, which is why, you know, Ron and many other people out there go to the theme parks to show people what's going on a given day or a given season, which I appreciate. I mean, the people that do it, I mean, I'd considered doing it when I was thinking about moving to Florida and then remembering that Florida was hot. But I think it's telling. I think Disney is trying to control the narrative, but first and foremost, this is going to be very difficult for them to enforce, especially with Meta's new glasses. And other people coming forward. Even Disney themselves are going to be actually creating glasses. So why in the world would they possibly try to limit this. I don't even think it's possible, because people are going to pull their phone out to take images and videos with their family. So are you going to tell those people they can no longer do that? I doubt it, especially since down the street you have, Universal with all their new offerings that are inviting influencers there to check out what they have to offer.
Well, even beyond that, to me, I wonder, why is Disney picking winners and losers in streaming?
Again, it's to control the narrative. It's the positive message only, please.
It could
it's
be
access media.
So the Mark Rober thing is interesting to me too, and we don't have him up right now, but Ron, that also came out under Bob Iger's watch, and just after Elon Musk had humiliated Bob Iger, the Mark Rober thing happened. And what was that about? It's so bizarre that they used a Disneyland video to attack Teslas, the Tesla camera system on their cars. It's crazy. So, Ron, it seems like Disney is ready to use the influencer system, as Culture said, to kind of manipulate online, reactions and the way people view things. But the average person with a camera and a little microphone walking around talking to their chat, they're going to be at the hotels, maybe, but it's going to be harder to be at the theme parks real soon, I think.
I've been thinking about this because I have so many friends, acquaintances, associates who stream from the parks, and I'm always, I have streamed from the parks on occasion, but I'm not a park streamer. I don't do it daily. I'm not like Bob from Berry Place, or that crazy Disney later, or some of the others. I mean, I know so many of them, right? And they're good people. They're enjoying what they're doing. And I'll be honest with you, quite a few of them are also big fans of the Pro Show. They might not tell it to anybody else, they tell it to me, but
we love them too. We love them too. And listen, the number of people who reach out to us behind the scenes, I'm not trying to brag here, but if people knew who we're friends with, they'd all people would stop being so nervous about it. And they'd be like, I'm going on the show because I didn't realize everybody's also watching too. Like, I'm good. It's so funny to have so many of these people reach out and be like, hey, I can't let anybody know, but we actually love the show and watch it. I'm like, it's all of you doing this in secret. Like, you're all going to find out that you actually are, of the same mindset here.
So I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking, okay, so a few years ago, we know that this happened, right? There were private VIP tours. There were private companies that had made their entire careers. People had been doing it for 30, 40 years, giving these tours in the parks. Disney stopped it. They cut that off. And it hurt a lot of people. If they stopped doing this with streamers, something that they did that to me was a signal that something like this was coming is when they started putting ride POVs on Disney Plus. And I'm starting to think, is this what they're going to do? Is there going to be a situation where they actually contact the streamers that they want to contact, maybe the biggest ones out there? I don't know. And they say, well, come to work for us, be an employee, and somehow do something where, it would cut their compensation down a lot, because now they got to give a percentage to YouTube and percentage to Disney, or however it's going to work. I have no idea, but maybe that's what YouTube is going to do, because I don't think they're going to cut. Disney will figure out a way to monetize this for Disney. Like that's what ultimately I feel like is the game plan for everything at Disney. Is this, if they can figure out a way to take something from the little guy and give it to them, that's what they want to do. That's what it feels like. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just people love watching the streams. Some people that are saving up money to go to Disney are doing it because of some streamer that they caught on YouTube, and they're going, oh man, it's not the same as being there, but I can virtually be there until I have enough money to go. And it's because of that influencer that they're wanting to go to Disney. I mean, it would be a very strange thing for me to see that cut off when it's probably one of the few things that's really helping out Walt Disney World from the attendance going down even worse with Epic Universe, And
Ron, I wanted to specifically ask you about something because we can see what will happen to Disney if they keep these changes that they've already implemented. At Disneyland, they've already removed the ability to film on most rides for the streamers. Now, Ron, why is it that there are less streamers at Epic Universe, which is far more impressive? Why are there less streamers at Epic Universe and Islands of Adventure versus the Walt Disney World resorts?
They can't film on rides.
So
for the most part,
if Disneyland removes that ability, and they have, and they keep it, that's going to damage the streamer economy, because part of what they do is people will request in their chat for them to go ride a particular ride, and they pay them to do that. Is that that's part of it?
Super chats for rides, sometimes super chats for food, but often super chats for, hey, we'll make it a goal on the show. We get the next 5 super chats for $5 and I'll go on Space Mountain. I personally, the scariest one for me was that I live streamed on Guardians of the Galaxy, and it scared the heck out of me because I'm holding my equipment to my chest and going, please don't lose $2,000 worth of equipment.
Please don't fly off the gimbal. Please don't fly off the gimbal. I'm not supposed to have the gimbal.
That was scary, and I haven't done it since because I'm not. Some of those people that they do it all the time, the park streamers, they have gotten really good at it. They know what equipment to use. They know how to do it, and the really, really good ones know how to stay out of guest ways so that they're not interfering with a guest experience of Disney.
MJ, your thoughts on? Well, go ahead, Culture. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, once you get to the meta glasses level, I mean, there's going to be more and more of those devices available. So I think it's going to be safer, Ron. You won't be struggling with it quite so much as you described. And I also believe that creative solutions are available. If you have a zip up vest or a hoodie that you wear to the parks, you just sew a clear pocket onto it that has a zipper, and you leave a space for your lapel mic connection, and everything's attached to you. It's not going anywhere. You could even stream the crazy dinosaur coaster at Universal if you wanted to, the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. They have the GoPro like on their shoulder or like right here.
Yeah, but my suggestion is make it, something you just say, well, it's in my pocket on my shirt.
Yeah.
What do you think, MJ? Because some people view the streamers as nuisances, right? They don't like to hear them quietly talking in line behind them to people they don't know who they're talking to. And I know you're at Disney, you should be ready to be on camera, but the influencer, the streamer will walk by a family, and the family they kind of recoil because I don't want to be on a YouTube stream right now, or especially if they're in line and they're stuck with them. And then some people love them. So what do you think, MJ? What do you think?
I've seen that pro when I watch the streamers on YouTube, and it's that one family that they're like looking and they get me off. I don't want to be in your spotlight. And then you have the other people that jump right in and they'll put a peace sign and disrupt the whole thing for the vlogger. But right. I mean, look, Culture made such a valid point. You got, for as long as Disney will continue pushing technology onto the guest, such as the meta glasses, and practically requiring, I say it very carefully, you to be on your phone, your smart device, while you're visiting their resort to make it a more enjoyable day. It's supposed to be the magical experience. So you need to be on the app and purchase those lightning lanes and make those reservations and put in a mobile order or merchandise checkout. So as long as all of these conveniences continue to be on the apps and the meta glasses, because pretty soon you're going to talk to the meta glasses. Hey, I want to order those Mickey ears that are inside of the Haunted Mansion gift shop. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and let a cast member know. We'll have it ready for you in a bag, and you can pick it up in 15 minutes. That's where we're heading to, guys, with AI. So as long as Disney continues to push these kind of things out, it's going to be virtually impossible to find out who's a streamer or a vlogger and who's doing this that's monetized, who's not monetized. They're not going to build an interrogation room when you go into the theme park and say, oh, so what is your title and what's your channel? But and also let's not forget they have the media favorite cupcakers that they invite to every opening of every ride or restaurant or a resort, because we have that new DVC resort that's being built. Lakeside Shore or Lake Lodge, whatever. I forget what it's called, but they're going to have all the influencers there too. And they're going to have a media event where they're going to feed them and they're going to vlog the whole thing and show it off to everyone. And that's points. That's free advertising for Disney. So as long as they continue to do this, they are not going to be able to get rid of the streamers or the vloggers in the theme parks.
Who was it they named a drink after? There was one of the influencers they named.
So it's Paging Mr. Morrow has a drink in the Mexican pavilion. It's like a tequila based drink or something like that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And kudos to him for that. That's really cool for him. But it's interesting to me that I don't think they're going to remove people that they've named drinks after. I think the big influencers, the big vloggers, bloggers, they're going to get through. But it's the little guys, it's the new ones. And some of those new people, you know, they're rising superstars. They're on the way. So hopefully Disney gives them more days to do this. We shall see. But the story is that Disneyland is making moves and Disney World soon to get rid of those small-time streamers flooding the parks.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.